Tamrabhasma is the next ingredient of Arogyavardhani, which you have, and the ratio is similar to that of Parada, Gandhaka, Loha and Abraka. So all are 1 parts each. There are details of Tamrabhasma which has already been elaborated with all the references, but now I will be discussing only the specific property of the Tamrabhasma in general, where he speaks about Tamram tikta kashayakam cha maduram pakayatha viryoshna samla pitta kafapaham. So it is very specific in the disorders of wherever you have, it is having Ushnavirya, it is having Pitta and Kafahara property. It is specifically given in Jatara Ruk, disorders of the Jatara or the Koshta, Jatara, Kushta, it is disorders of dermatological issues. Jantu, in disorders of anti-helminthic or any of the viral, antimicrobial, it is antibacterial, either of the krimis. And also Urdhva Adha Parishodhanam. This is a very beautiful reference what we have in this Rasaratna samuchchaya, chapter number 5, shloka number 63, where he speaks about Urdhva Adha Parishodhanam. This is one such a drug which does a shodhana of the body. You need to take it daily. Don't restrict it for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days and all. Whoever are expecting like Urdhvada Shodhanam in an individual, there are many clinical pathologies wherein the person is unable to go for a classical Vamana and Virechana. So in all those people, to achieve that Shodhana efficacy in an individual, to achieve a sort of a Sharira Shuddhi, we have to give him with that of Tamrabhasma, by which the Sharira Shodhana occurs. Because Acharya Vagbhata has, who is a ultimate clinician, has explained here as Urdhva Adha Parishodhanam is a property what you have with that of the Tamrabhasma. So whenever you have the people who are unfit for taking the Panchakarma treatment, or for the people wherever you expect a recurrent Shodhana is essential, there are many such clinical conditions wherein recurrently you need the Sharira Shodhana. In all those conditions, Tamrabhasma can be substitute to all those Shodhana Prakriyas. And added to that in the same reference of 63 shloka, where he explains about it is good in Visha and also it is good in Ekrut. In all the Ekrut disorders, in all the disorders of the Ekrut, this can be used. Tamrabhasma is a drug of choice. Of course, people know like Tamrabhasma, copper, relation to the ceruloplasmin, and it is going to act there. Wonderfully, we know about the issues. Now, definitely it is a hepatoprotective and also hepatostimulant. This added to that, it is a staulyapaham. It is going to reduce the obesity, or it is good for the disorders related to the obesity. Kshuttkaram, it is going to increase the kshuddha in an individual. Durnama, it is good in the disorders of the hemorrhoids or the Guda rogas. Also, it is useful in the disorders of Kshaya, emaciation like disorders. Emaciation could be because of any of the disorder. It could be because of malignancy in the form of cachexia. It could be because of the chronicity of the illnesses. It could be because of the malnourishment, because of the deeper penetration or the bahudosha avastha, where the person is becoming more and more Kshaya. So in all these conditions of Kshaya, Tamra could be the drug of choice. Added to that, it has been also indicated in Pandu. It is also used in Panduroga Shamana. Of course, it's acting on Ekrut. Then it should be very much benefited in Panduroga, because Raktava Shrotasa Moolam Ekrut Pliho, what we have learnt. So it is going to definitely helpful for us in all these clinical pathologies. Added to that, the Netrium, it is going to act on the disorders of the eye and also to the disorders of the contact perception through the eye, means the central nervous system, and also with that of the sensory organ. Either of the way it is been useful. And added to that, Netram Parammalekhanam, it is also excessively beneficial in case of Paramalekhana. It is very much useful in case of Paramalekhana. The next drug what you have is that of the Triphala Churna in Arogyavardhani. So Triphala Churna, of course, again it's a wide spectrum, because it's one of the best drug which can be observed in the clinical setup. And one such, we'll just try to analyze it grossly, wherein Sushruta in Sutrasthana 38. So whenever we speak about the Falashruti in respect to the clinical conditions or the disorders, I love to take the references of Sushruta. He is one of the best clinician where I could analyze the things in this particular way. In Sutra 38, where the Acharya speaks about Triphala Kafapitta Gni, It is a specific. Triphala is one drug, a combination of drug where it is kapha and pittagna. It is also useful in the disorders of meha kushta vinashini. It is useful in the disorders of prameha. It is useful in the disorders of kushta vinashini. Chakchushya deepani cha eva vishamajvara nashini. So this is one such drug which is excessively useful as netriya or chakchushya. It is doing deepana and also it is vishamajvara nashini. It is also useful as Vishamajvara Nashini. It is going to cure the disorders of the Vishamajvara. All the sorts of Vishamajvara can be addressed well. So again, Triphala is one such combination which you have with a combination of 3 drugs, that is Haritaki, Vibhitaki and Amalaki. So we need to just have a run through about the Falashruti of these 3 drugs as well. Again, from the references what you have for the Haritaki, for instance, you have wonderful references from the various Nigantus. Hats off to the identification of the Falashruti of the drugs and the taxonomical properties, how the various Nigantus have given the best possible way. And added to that, the Haritaki, like you have, it has been identified from Bhava Prakasha about the Rutu Haritaki. In Varsha Rutu, it should be taken with Saindava, Sharad Rutu with Sharkara, Hemanta Rutu with Shunti, Shishira Rutu with Pippali, Vasanta Rutu with Madhu, Grishma Rutu with Guda. So it is giving a wide spectrum of utilization of Haritaki for a longer time and for a varied reasons. And added to that in the Bhava Prakasha, where he speaks about Kafam Hanti, Pittam Hanti, Sa Sharkara, Grutena Vatajan Rogan, Sarva Rogan Gunanvitaha. So it is useful in all the 3 doshas. Only thing is you need to have a selective anupanam. So by suitable anupanam, the mode of action of Haritaki can be altered. Again, to speak about the Bhagavan Sushruta in Sutrasthana 46, where he speaks about the Falashruti of Haritaki as it is useful in Vranam, Mushnam, it is Saram, Medhyam, Doshagnam, Shotakushtanut. Also it is useful as Kashayam, Deepanam, Cha Amlam, Chakchushyam, Cha Abhayaphalam. So this is extremely useful in all these conditions. This Saraguna is very much useful. This Saraguna is very much useful just because of the reason this is going to drag the doshas outside very easily. It is going to make the flow of the doshas outside very quickly or very conveniently. So that is one such benefit what we have with that of the Saraguna. We have the similar property even with that of Gandhaka. It is having Saraguna. Similarly with that of Haritaki. The next drug which we'll be discussing among the Triphala is about the Vibhitaki. And once you see into the Sushruta Sutra 46 again, where he speaks about the qualities of Vibhitaki as it is Bhedanam, it is Lagu, it is Ruksha, Ushna, Vaiswarya, it is useful in the Kantajavadis, it is good in case of Swara, it is good in case of Kriminashanam, Chakchushyam, Swadupakva Aksham, Kashayam, Kapha-Pittajit. Also it is benefited in cases of Vaibetiko Madakaraha, Kapha-Maruta Nashanam. It is specifically useful in Kapha and Maruta or the Vata Vyadis. So this is very specific and it is a Uttama Rasayana. What you have, it is a Uttama Rasayana. And the third drug what you have among the Triphala is about the Amalaki. And again when you speak about the Sushruta 46 chapter where he speaks about the Falashruti of Amalaki as it is Amlam Sumaduram Tiktam Kashayam Katukam Saram. Again it is Saraguna, Chakchushyam, Sarva Doshagnam. It is used in all the 3 doshas. See, all these are acting on 3 doshas. Wonderful that is. Vrushyam, Amalaki Phalam, Hanti Vatam and Tadamlatvat Pittam Madhurya Shaityataha Kafam Ruksha Kashayatvat Falebhyo Abhyadiyakam Chatat. So it is useful in all the 3 doshas. It is definitely beneficial in all these conditions wherever you have the Tridoshaja involvement. Wherever you have the Tridoshaja involvement. And based on that, this has become a combination, which it has become a combination in case of the Arogyavardhani. So all these Falashrutis can be merged, and the one which is being repeated, the quality which is being repeated will have more impact, or you have the highest presentation of that particular quality in the end product. The next drug which you have in Arogyavardhani is the Shilajatu, which is having 3 parts of Shilajatu, and also it is specifically explained again in Rasaratna Samuchchaya chapter 2 in shloka number 104, where he explains that the specific Shilajatu is having specific nature, like it is having rasayana, kshayarogapaha and all. And added to that, he explains about the guna karma. He is explaining about the guna karma, where he speaks about the nunam, the fresh one or the fresh Shilajatu. It is having the qualities as jwara, pandu, shofa shamanam, me hakni mandyaparam, meda chedakaram cha yakshma shamanam, shula amon mulamnam. So it is specifically useful in the disorders like jwara, pandu, shota, prameha, agnimandya, medanashana, yakshma, shula, gulma, pliha, udara, rutshula, ama and sarvaroga, because the next line speaks about gulma, pliha, vinashanam, jhatara, rutshula. So lagwa amapaham, sarvatvak gadashamanam. So it is useful in the disorders of the skin. Kim param dehe cha loha hitam. It is useful in all the disorders wherein it can make the deha lohakara, or it can be used in dehavada and lohavada. Rasoparasa sutendra ratnopa ratna loheshu ye gunaha. So what qualities you did not find in all the rest of the drugs which have been read in Rasashastra has been present in Shilajatu, because this is sara or niryasa of all the minerals surrounding it, and which has been exudated or oozed out in the name of Shilajatu, and which has been collected and it is being utilized. And it is useful in jara mrutyu. It is used to ward off the jara mrutyu, and also it is used in various clinical conditions. It is dehadardekara, medha smritikara, it is balya, and especially with that of the kshira diet, as explained by Charaka Samhita Chikitsa Sthana, first chapter and third chapter in the first verse or the first set of Charaka Chikitsa, and in shloka number 9. Also it is being explained in the various clinical conditions where it should be taken. And of course lots of praises of Shilajatu is already been enumerated in detail. It is already been enumerated in detail. We can refer into those discussions. And added to that, the next drug what we have is the Gugulu. Gugulu is of 4 parts in Arogyavardhini, and it is being useful in many of the clinical conditions. He speaks it is Laghu, it is Sukshma, it is Ushna, Katu, Rasa, Katupaka, it is Saraguna, it is Rudhya, and also it is Snigdha and Pichila. The new one, the Navina Gugulu, it is Brumhana and Vrushya, whereas the Purana, it is Atilekhana. And also it is benefited for us to use in the disorders of, because it is Tikshna and Ushna, it is used in the disorders of Kapha Vatagnam, it is having Saraguna, and also it is Pittanut. It is useful in the Saugandhyat, Puti Koshtanaha, wherever you have specifically Ama in the Koshta, whenever you have the Puti Koshta, where you have a sort of a discomfort in the Koshta, this is the drug of choice. Saukshmyat cha Analadipana, this is the reference from Sushruta, where you have the Sukshma Guna and also Analadipana, where it is going to increase the Agni. It is going to increase the Agni in an individual. So Gugulu is one such compound which is going to benefit in all these conditions. The next drug what you have is about the Chitramula, which is 4 parts, and it is specifically used as per Bhava Prakasha as it is Katupaka, it is Vanhikrut, specifically it is going to increase the Agni, it is Pachana, Laghu, it is going to have the Pachana Guna, and it is Laghu, Ruksha, Ushna, it is useful in the disorders like Grahani, Kushta, Shota, Arshas, Krimi, Kasa, and also in the disorders of Vata Shleshma Haro, Grahi, Vatarsha Shleshma Pittarut. So this is extremely useful in all these disorders. It is extremely useful in all these disorders, and they become as the final protocol. All these guna karmas, because we are combining all of them, they become the final protocol for the clinical action. The next drug what you have is about the Katuki. Katuki is almost 18 parts, the one which is with a higher concentration or in respect to the proportion. It is a Katu Tikta, and it is specifically prescribed in various clinical conditions. It is specific to the Katupaka, Tikta, Ruksha, Hima, Lagu. It is a Bedhini, Deepani. It is Rudhya, Kafapitta, Jwarapaha. It is specifically used in the disorders of Prameha, Shwasa, Kasa, Asra, the disorders of the blood, Daha, Kushta, Krimi. This is the reference from Bhava Prakasha, where he is explaining about the Falashruti, about the Katuki. So this is also one such a drug which is very specific, because all these gunas are being highlighted as a concentration of Katuki is very high. It is 18 parts. You have this as 18 parts. So this is very much specific. The next one what you have is about the Nimba Bhavana. You have the Neem Bhavana to this, which is done for 2 days. And you have the Falashruti of Nimba. It is said as a Tikshna, Lagu, Ushna Virya. It is a Katu Vipaka. It is Sara. It is Anala. It is useful for Deepana. It is useful in Krimi, Kushta, Shiro Roga. And it is very specific in the disorders of the skin. It is very specific in the disorders of the skin, and it is going to be much benefited. It is going to be much benefited in either of these clinical conditions, especially to that of the infective pathologies, which is very specific to the infective pathologies. So these are the combinations. So once you have read with the combinations and the individual Falashruti of all the drugs, you need to make a final protocol in the sort of a master chart. You can make a master chart about the Falashruti of all these things, as Acharya has explained us there in the Falashruti, where he speaks about all the qualities are being highlighted in the end product, and added to that you don't have the antagonistic properties. Instead you have the benefits of where you have the double strength. You have Ushnata in 3-4 drugs, then the end product is also more Ushna. If you have a Rudhya quality in 3-4 drugs, then the Rudhya property is high. You have most of them with Sarva Rogahara, which we have discussed today. So this Sarva Rogahara, that is the reason why Arogyavardhini, see, very term called as Arogyavardhini is Arogya is your health, Vardhini it is going to increase, Rasaha it's a mercurial preparation. So Arogyavardhini Rasa, in the sense a mercurial compound which increases your Arogya, is known as Arogyavardhini. It is called as Arogyavardhini. So based on these consequences, you have the Falashruti, wherein all these combinations which we have discussed till now is also being appreciated in the end product. Added to that, Acharya has tried to highlight the master chart in this particular way as a Falashruti of Arogyavardhini as a combination.